for the last 4 years. Joining us right now, a man straight from the business world to the Senate seat, Senator Ron Johnson. You were at both of those meetings. Senator, we heard about substance and directness. You believe the president knows exactly what he needs to do with entitlements. He's just not saying it, correct?
Good morning, Brian. Yeah, I mean, he laid out very accurately really the priority of the problems, healthcare spending, Medicare. And it was interesting because he made the point that part of the problem in reforming Medicare is that Americans pay $1 in, but they're going to get $3 out in benefits. And he went on to say that, but Americans don't understand that. So my input back to him was, Mr. President, you have the bully pulpit. If you start informing the American people, start preparing them by defining the problem, letting Americans know how deep these problems out, how severe they are, that's the first step in really starting to solve them. So I'm certainly going to know the president is serious when we hear President Obama and Democrats start properly defining the problem.
Well, listen, how much of these meetings was personal, where he said, I don't like the way you guys talk about me, and you said you don't like the way he talks about you?
Not a whole lot. I mean, it was a pretty frank discussion. It also very accurately laid out the politics, the difficulty he has in his caucus, the difficulty we have. So, we have to shift paradigms here. Right. From my standpoint, tax reform should be handled separately. We should scrap the tax code, start over, do a paradigm shift in terms of tax reform. But handle each one of these problems is enormous. Handle them separately. Social Security, Medicare, other mandatory spending, tax reform. If you start talking about a grand bargain, I just don't think that's possible, quite honestly.
This is where I see hope. When I saw Dick Durbin on Sunday, when I saw Senator Mark Warner, a Democrat, a few days prior, say entitlement reform is where it really has to start, I see a shift from those old he said type attitudes.
Well, Brian, there's an awful lot of discussion now after this election. Listen, you had 2010, we won. 2012, he won. The elections are over. Now it's time to govern. These are enormous problems. And I'm sensing out of the Democrats that they're maybe getting serious about trying to work with us to start solving these problems, and that'd be a good thing.
But you will not agree to a rate increase in taxes, I understand.
Listen, he's already got his tax increase. Each one of these problems should be handled separately. We shouldn't be bringing in tax revenue when we're talking about how do you save Social Security and Medicare for future generations. Those are totally separate issues. They should be handled separately. I think that's the only way to move forward successfully.
After Easter, he'll give his deadline, and maybe we'll find out if he'll take that private discussion public like you want. Senator Johnson, always great to talk to you.
Have a great day.
All right.